Okay, class, let's look at converting areas and volumes. All right, now you notice 1 square foot, right? We can't just multiply by 12 to get square inches, right? Because if we multiply by 12, it'd just be 12. Okay, we can convert a foot to inches by multiplying by 12. We converted the length from feet to inches by multiplying by 12. All right, we multiplied those together to get my area in square inches. So obviously, if I want to go from square feet to square inches, I have to multiply by 144, which is 12 times 12 or 12 squared. All right, same thing down here. All right, we got a length of 3 feet times 12 gives me inches. A width of 2 feet times 12 gives me 24 inches. And then 6 square feet is going to be times 144, and I get square inches. All right, so does that mean that I have to memorize all these conversion factors, like 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, and then figure out what the squares of those are and memorize those too? Nope, thankfully it doesn't. All right, let's look at how we do this. Okay, so on the sheet of notebook paper, I'm going to grab a red pen. Okay, I'm back with my red pen so you can see this a little better. I'm going to convert 6 square feet to square inches. All right, again, I just write down my given. All right, 6 feet squared. The 2 goes after the unit when you're squaring it. Okay, I'm going to draw a conversion factor blank. I'm going to make it nice and big so you guys can see. All right, an equal sign, I'm going to inches. Okay, squared. Now, I know that 1 foot, 12 inches, that's a conversion factor, a unit that we've been using, right? 12 inches makes 1 foot. Now, in order to use this to convert square feet to square inches, I have to square everything inside of here. All right, I've got to square the 12, so it'll become 144. I've got to square the inches, so it'll become inches squared in the answer. And I got to square the feet, so it cancels there, and I can square the 1 too. So I just put the 2 on the outside of that whole conversion factor blank. Okay, put it on the outside of your TIE Fighter. All right, that squares everything inside. It squares the 12, the inches, the 1, and the feet. All right, now my square feet will cancel. Don't cross out the 2 because you don't want to forget that you need to do that with your math. Right, then you do 6 times 12. You hit the squared button and it squares your 12. All right. If I hit equals, give me 864 square inches. All right, now we can quickly check our math by looking at this page over here. 6 square feet is 864 square inches. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's go from, say, inches to, I don't know, feet. So let's just say we've got something that's 35 square inches. And we're going to go to centimeters. Again, I can do this in one step. Okay, we look on our conversion factor, our equivalent statement sheet, come up with the conversion factor that 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters. Okay, now again, because this is squared, I know what squared centimeters, right? I just put the 2 on the outside. Then when you do the math, don't forget to square the numbers. All right, these units will now cancel because it is squared. That unit is squared. It comes over here. Let's use our calculator. 35 times 2.54. I square the 2.54 equals 225.806. We'll say 225.8. All right. Now, let me think of one real quick, and we'll do a 2-step conversion factor with areas. All right, so we'll go ahead and do this. We'll convert 6 square feet to square centimeters. It's going to take 2 steps because we'll go feet to inches, inches to centimeters. All right, and we've already got it worked out right here. Now, if we actually made these measurements, the numbers may be a little bit different than we do the mathematical conversion. Okay, because when we do measurements, we can get some error. All right, so let's do this mathematical conversion though. So we got 6 square feet. I'm going to go 1 foot. It's 12 inches. Okay, I'm going to square that thing. And I'm going to do 1 inch. It's 2.54 centimeters. And I square that whole thing. Okay, the 2's, the squares go on the outside of your TIE Fighters. Equal sign. I'm going to end up with some number of square centimeters. Those cancel. Those cancel. Okay, those are both squared. Remember, the square affects everything inside the parentheses. Both numbers, both units. So now I'll just do 6 times 12 squared. Let me see that on your calculator. Times 2.54 squared equals 5574.18. So we'll just say 5574. All right. Now, is that the same as what I had over here? It's close, but it's not the same. And that is totally okay because these were measured. And when you make measurements, you might get different numbers than if you just did the unit conversions. All right. That's totally okay. That's really to be expected. All right. Let's do now something with volume. Okay. If we're squaring this for areas, what do we do for volume? Well, we just cube it, right? So let's look down here. We got 56.6 cubic feet. So we'll start with that. Convert 56.6 cubic feet to cubic inches. All right. We know feet to inches is a one-step conversion, so cubic feet to cubic inches is also a one-step conversion. And it looks basically the same, doesn't it? Don't forget your equal signs. Always put your equal signs. Okay, this is cubed. I got to cube these things, so I cube it on the outside. All right, put a little 3 on the top right-hand corner outside of your TIE Fighter. All right, that's going to be some number of cubic inches. Excuse me. So I'll do 56.6 times 12, and I want to cube that thing. I can actually, on this calculator, I can use this little button right here. It looks like an X with a block beside it. 3 parentheses. Okay, that's cubing the 12. 97804.8. We'll say 97,805. All right. Cubic inches. Is that the same as this number down here that we had? It's close, right? 97,805, 97,713. Again, it's a difference in measurements, right? Versus just doing a straightforward conversion. All right. Now, when I actually did the lab, I did the measurements. I divided by 12 to get my feet. But then I rounded these guys off. So some of the numbers were lost, right? That's why we have a slight difference between this and this. That's okay. That's to be expected. All right. Now you might say, well, what is 1 cubic foot? Well, let's just do yards. How about 1 cubic yard? All right. Remember, a yard is 3 feet. So a cubic yard is 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet. So we're going to do 1 yard is 3 feet. Cube the outside of that. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27. So this is going to be 27 cubic feet. Okay? All right, so that's how we do squares and cubes with areas and volumes. Later on, we'll see other units that get squared, like seconds. All right, if you're doing acceleration, you might have meters per second squared. And other units get squared. All right, that's it.